Hi, my name is Maria, and today I will be talking about personal virtues, character formation, and how these ideas help create an inclusive classroom. First, I want to describe four personal virtues I believe I possess, one from each domain. For my civic virtue, I choose volunteering. I enjoy helping others and giving my time to support my community. For example, I volunteer as a coach for Special Olympics, where I support and encourage my students in sports. I also help with student festivals and events. These experiences show that I care about people and want to make a positive difference. For my moral virtue, I choose compassion. I try to understand how others feel and respond with kindness, patience, and especially when someone is struggling, it is really important for me to help them. For my performance virtue, I choose determination. I don't give up easily, even when things are difficult. I keep trying until I find a way to succeed. For example, I had a student who refused to work in class and would sit in the hallway or hide in the bathroom. And instead of giving up on him, I stayed patient and continued to support him. I would sit in the hallway with him until he was ready to come back, and I tried different strategies like having his favorite activity ready when he completed his work. These experience showed me my determination because I kept working to help him succeed even when it was challenging. For my intellectual virtue, I choose critical thinking. I like to look at problems from different perspectives and find solutions that work best for each situation. For example, at my job, if a student doesn't want to work or is having behaviors, I try to different strategies to support them. This could be something like giving a small reward during work time or using a token chart to earn a preferred activity. I'm always thinking of new ways to help my students succeed. These four virtues will help me create an inclusive classroom. Volunteering, compassion will help me build strong relationships with my students and create a safe and supportive space. Determination will help me keep trying to meet every student's needs, even when they are challenging. Critical thinking will help me come up with different ways to teach and support students when they are struggling so everyone has a chance to succeed. For example, when students is upset or angry, I know it's important to stay calm and really listen. Koth 2021 explains that teachers should speak calmly, listen carefully, and help students talk through their feelings. I would do this by being patient and understanding while also helping the student find a solution. I believe that moral and intellectual virtues are the most important in my role as a teacher. These connections to the idea of Imago Dei, which means every person is created by the image of God and has value and dignity. To me, this means every student deserves respect, care, and a chance to learn. By showing compassion and using critical thinking, I can treat each student as important and unique. To me, character formation is how a student develops their values and actions over time. It is shaped by experiences, choices, and relationships. Arthur and Chris Johnson, 2022, explains that character formation is a lifelong process that builds integrity and ethical behavior. This shows that we are always growing and learning. As a teacher, I will use a simple strategies to help build character in my classroom. First, I will model kindness and respect so students can learn by example. Second, I will include activities where students can share their feelings and talk about how characters in the stories feel, which help build empathy. Third, I will encourage students by praising their efforts, which helps build their confidence. To keep growing as a teacher, I plan to read research about character development. I also want to attend trainings on social emotional learning, and another important step is reflecting on my teaching and asking my coworkers, like other teachers, for feedback. This will help me become a better role model for my students. In conclusion, my virtues, volunteering, compassion, determination, and critical thinking, will guide me in creating a classroom where all students feel supported and included. By focusing on character formation, I will help my students grow both academically and as individuals. Thank you.